Welcome to the 12th annual Big Cheese Cut. Cheese, that is, it's a living organism. Philippe Lebay is a good buddy of ours now. We met him when we were out in Montreal. So this is a fourth generation family who produces this. It is Jersey cow milk that is the Jersey cows are raised at a farm just around the corner from where their production facility is. So that's our main tool for cutting smaller wheels like this open and also for portioning it.
And here's Natalie with the Provolone Origio. So this company was founded in 1877 in Italy. It's one of the most classic provolones that we have here. This is the Red Leicester. It's a cheddar type, a little bit drier, a little bit crumblier. And what you see on the outside here is actually cloth. So it's a cloth-bound cheddar. The reason they do this is it acts as a rind that allows the cheese to breathe still. So, and surface ripen literally means that it ripens from the outside in. So often you'll see right under the rind a really nice gooey line, or if it's perfectly ripe, it's soft and runny all the way through. And we're through. All right, tools. So what Nat and Andrew are using here is a double-handed knife to get through the larger wheels. And we also have our specialty cheese wire. So this we use, you'll see, for larger wheels. And you pull out a perfect little tube of cheese. So this just allows the ager to have a little glimpse at what's hiding underneath the surface to see. So what they're doing now, we have a wheel of Gruyere to relax, and it releases these little meat in the Alpine mountains. The cows in the winter graze in the valleys, but in the summer they need all this area to make their crops so they can have food through the winter. So they move the cows up into the mountain pastures, which is great on a number of levels. It's really fresh air up there. There's lots of really lush grass, wildflowers, herbs, and it really adds a lot of flavor to the cheese.
So those beautiful little huts that you see in Switzerland, you see the green grassy mountains, you see those little huts up there and you wonder what's going on up there. This is what's going on up there. This and Emmental are primarily the cheeses made in the Alpine hills. See, well, you probably can't see, but they're a little bit thinner at the front and wider at the back. So Nat'll just work it slowly so that it cracks after she's cut it basically all the way through from two different sides with this. Drive that down in there pretty much as far as it goes and then wiggle it back and forth. If she gets too aggressive, it's going to crack too early and you won't have a straight cut. So it says 2012 on it. It should also say a month on there. It's September, I think. September 2012. So Parmigiano has to be 12 months old. We won't accept it unless it's very close to 30 months old. I think this is 31 months old. So that's got the wedges in there. It's just going to let it sit for a bit because it kind of does its thing. It's got to release its tension. When we were in Italy last year, we went to see a farmer, and he took us all the way from milking the cows to making this. And he goes a step further and he makes wheels of cheese only from the milk from his farm. So there's a separate little area of the cheese, of the milk truck that comes, and his milk goes in there, and just 2 wheels of cheese a day are made from his milk. So Natalie's cracked this baby. So she makes it look pretty stinking easy because she's done it a lot. So the Parmigiano, they are stored in warehouses. I don't know if you remember, there was an earthquake in Italy about 5 years ago, and it was in the newspaper all the time because these giant stacks, which are usually 45 wheels high and 200 wheels deep, that's like a row of them. And there are hundreds of rows of them in these warehouses. That's kind of like the Parmigiano bank. So a wealthy person will buy all these young cheeses from the farmers who make it in a co-op. Then they'll age them in their, literally, money bank of cheese.
No. There we go. So opening this wheel, you'd think that we would use a really large. So at the end, they parade down with the cheeses. So you can imagine it's probably quite a challenge to travel down hundreds or maybe even thousands of smaller cheeses in their little wagon. So they just do it in one huge cheese. This also allows them to keep the cheese through the winter. The drier it is, the less prone to spoil it is. So they can you know, it really was important to them. It's not just a flavor, it was their life. So you can see how easily that wire cuts through. It's like no effort at all. And if it was a knife, you'd be struggling with it for way longer. And so you might recognize this once we open it as being a more traditional Swiss style, as everybody knows. You can see all the lovely holes in there. And Emmental, that's from the M Valley in Switzerland. Fresh cheeses like that. It can go to feeding pigs. Adds a really nice rich flavor to the pigs. Andrew was mentioning earlier with the Hercule de Charleroi, they repurpose their whey and use it to actually make fuel for heating up their milk. So
An Italian sheep's milk cheese is buried under the ground and kind of under manhole covers in kind of hewn caves that are lined with straw.
Risotto, fresh risotto with the Parmesan on the top with local albacore tuna. Oh, dried chanterelles from Haida Gwaii. The rice is from, of course, Italy, and the arugula is from here. And it is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Cheers.
Here's to us.
Here's to good Parmesan. Parmigiana Reggiano.
Yes. DOP, no, DPA, something D.
Dio.
And, 31 months old. 31 months old.
Happy birthday.
Yes.